everyone, and welcome to Scrap Saturdays. I hope you're all doing well. I think it's hot again. It went really, really cold, and now it's hot again. And yeah, just letting you know that summer is still here while I still have to work and took vacation when it was freezing cold. Okay, rant is over. I'm starting off with this picture of all of the lovely ladies that we spent time with on vacation. The furthest to the right, so as you're looking at the screen, the furthest to the right is our cousin Legia, and she lives there, and she hosted us in her lovely little cottage. And then next to her is my sister-in-law, Marlene. Hi, Marlene. She lives here, and she went on vacation with us. Next to her is Legia's daughter, Mariana, and she lives there, of course. And then it's my sister-in-law, Sarah, and then my daughter, Gabriella. My sister-in-law, Sarah, lives here with us as well. So it was a beautiful little garden trip that we took. And this is sort of out of sequence just because I needed to break up some of it. I did some printing with my Canon selfie, as you saw with my uploaded video showing you how I, very basic, nothing crazy or technical, how I print my photos. This is a bordered photo that would be full size to what they would call a 4x6 for Canon. And so I didn't adjust the size. This is just how it prints out. And then I love a thicker white border, so I don't cut it all the way down. So it's completely the photo paper. If you don't add the bordered function to it, you will have a mess. It'll just print all the way through the whole, perforation and whatnot. So to me, I like it better that it keeps the integrity of the photo, and then, you've got a border, and if you don't want to or you want to make it thinner, you've got some room to play with, and then it still fits really nicely onto an 8.5 by 11 or even a 12 by 12. And so what I had to do for this layout is I really had to go back to like my basic layering. So you see here I've got a whole bunch of pattern paper that did not come with the hip kit. So the flower, the polka dot, the crosses or the X's with the baby teal or turquoise paper. And then the further one towards the right, it's like a grid design on the back of that too. So what I was doing was I went through my paper pads, so like Maggie Holmes and Dear Lizzie and Amy Tangerine. And it's just the paper pads that you can either get from Michael's or maybe not, actually, to be honest. These are paper pads that I bought from Winners, which is like your Tuesday morning type store. And basically the paper is really good quality. And it's the patterns and the lines that we totally love, but I never really fully use them. So what I did was I went through the pads and only took out things that I thought were neutral. So polka dots, grids, even though I picked that flower pattern, but I somehow felt that it would go with what I already had on my desk. And what I was doing with, and you'll see it on the upcoming layouts because I didn't use one for this one, is that I created or tried to mimic those Felicity Jane journaling pockets, and I love it. I haven't created tags for the inside yet because I don't know what kind of paper I want to use, whether I just want to use plain pattern papers. I created 2 sizes, and then I'll show you. I digress from that because if I keep talking, then I have nothing to show you. So basically, with the leftover pieces of paper for the 2 sizes of pockets that I created, this is one of the sizes that was generally, left over, which is roughly like a little bit smaller than a 4x6, but phenomenal for layering. And because they've been sitting on my shelf, which another time I'll talk about the purging of my scrapbook room, which was a huge all-day Saturday event, I never used them. So I left them on my desk. And then when I started to do this layout, I was like, yes, I love all that paper behind it. I love layering so much paper. And why not use it? Because at least it somewhat matches, right? It does. I think it looks like it came with it, even if I didn't say anything, right? And so it just got into that flow where I just, everything came together. And this is what I made. And I love it. I think it's awesome. And just the butterfly itself is just so beautiful. The softness, all the tones, and this one just flowed. It just flowed, guys. So I think what I'm trying to say is gravitate back to something that is comfortable to you. just like your comfortable, Saturday or Sunday sweater, or something that just makes you feel cozy and it makes you come alive within yourself because you feel safe, because you know it, because it's not different. It's not so much change. And then watch yourself emerge from that comfort zone of knowing that, yes, I love all these papers. Yes, I love not feeling worried about wasting, a pattern paper that comes with my kit and cutting it all up and then just hiding it behind, a photo. Because sometimes that's the truth. Sometimes I feel like, am I just wasting this paper because it's behind it, and should I be cutting into it some more? And then it becomes overthinking. And then it becomes left behind. And then 2 years later, you're like, well, I don't like this pattern anymore, so I'm not going to use it. Right? So no, I made envelopes with them. And now for a couple of layouts, I've been backing everything with it. So my next one too, you'll see I used all the polka dots and stuff like that, because black and white, you can't go wrong with it. We're all on a teal kick, I think. I mean, I still got like some pops of yellow in there too. So whatever your favorite is, and then leave the 5 pieces of paper of pattern that, the truth is, we don't like all of the pattern paper that we see. And it's not, in any disrespect to the creators or the people who design it. No, it's just some of it is just not our thing. And it's okay not to be your thing. It's okay not to want to gravitate to every single thing and every single piece of pattern and every single designer, because we're all so different. But again, it's still so much fun to see, what does everybody create with the same thing? I titled it Here and There because I didn't know what to title it. I didn't know where to put a title. I didn't want to ruin it, but then I thought, yeah, an ampersand is always fun. And I brought in some of my own stash, my wood veneers, because while I was purging my scrapbook room, I found so many things that I just wasn't using, and I just needed to do. I just needed it. And so this ampersand, the gold one, it's perfect. I love it. I love the hodgepodge of this layout. It's fantastic. It's colorful. It's bright. It's pretty. The here and there, yeah, I love it, because basically that's what we did that day. We were here and we were there. And it was just lovely. And it's so nice to see, like, I'm sure every city in every country you have that one garden place that's, I think this place is also, I can't speak, also used for wedding shoots, or, things where people like to go to take beautiful photography, because the gardening is so pretty. And I have a couple of more photos from this garden area, and it's just so pretty. It's cute, right? It's traditional vacation posing photos. There isn't much of a story behind to this one anyway, because it was the end of our vacation, and it was sort of like that fill in the gaps. What else should we show them? Where else can we take them type, trip? And with all the melancholy that was going on, just because, they didn't really know how to go every day with me, just with what had happened and stuff. So it was very nice, and I really liked it, because we did take some very beautiful garden photos. I really pass around that number 5 because there's 5 people in the picture, and I was trying to use it up, but the colors really were too loud. I think if it was softer, I would have been able to make it work, but it just kind of didn't translate to me. And of course, I had to add in the butterfly paper. It's a whole complete frame, but I cut it in half, so I'll use it. Yeah, the number 5 still trying to play. I mean, it's got the same tones as the background paper, but it's just maybe 2 tones darker than that purple. So it didn't make it. Gonna add a foam dot to the back of that butterfly because I need it to kind of look like it just landed on the paper, because it's so stinking cute. And I just love it. So the little bits and pieces that you see now, again, are just from my own. I think it's Studio Calico. I used to get these wood veneer packages from, again, the Winners, which is like a Tuesday morning for you guys. And then I'm just going to use the Today Doesn't Make It. I'm thinking I'm going to switch it out, and I'm going to put down the title Sunshine. And it just looks so nice, because I do believe you need to use the same type of material here and there on your layout. So it does give you that cohesive flow. It's very visually pleasing, and then you get your stuff used up. Because that's the best part, guys. That's the kick I was on with this one. It was a rejuvenation of my old style, which was lots of pattern paper on the back. So go ahead, look through your pads, pick out your top 5 papers and cut them up and use them. watch yourself transform, right? Watch the hoarding stopping, watch all that stuff that you kind of like. We all do it. We all do it. Like I told you, these paper pads have been with me for at least the last 2 to 3 years, maybe, right? Watch the color tones that you like, that are your favorite. Give you that boost to work with the new, right? Even though it's titled here and there, maybe I should have titled it Old and New, referencing the papers and the stuff that I used. So I'm almost down to the hugs and kisses because we're up close and personal now. And I'm just gently tapping down everything that I glue. And yes, I use hot glue all over the place. I was actually clearing up some cobwebs as we speak while I'm doing this voiceover. But yeah, some Goldie. Oh my goodness. No, I am not drunk. Some Heidi Shine. Some Goldie Hawn. I like her. She's cute. Anyhow, yeah, you know what I'm going to say. Be inspired. Be inspired, my friends. Be inspired by your style. Be inspired to do what you think makes you feel good and looks good on your page. Be inspired by what you see and be inspired to take time to have fun with this hobby, because when you do, it's called self-love and this hobby heals. Thank you so much for everything, for all your comments, for all your love. Take care, and I will see you guys very soon.